habits during the whole year. So we welcome onto the Living the Life studios Sister Saida Zaidi. Assalamu alaikum, my sister. Come over.
Inshallah.
Have a seat.
Assalamu alaikum. Now this journey planner, I've seen it on the TFL website. Have you? Assalamu alaikum. Alhamdulillah. Listen, Jazakallah khair. First of all, look, a bit about your background, because it'd be interesting to find out where you came from, because you've done a lot of these kind of things.
So, and I originally trained as an architect, but I found that in the space of about 10 years, alhamdulillah, I managed to get from being an average project manager to being a director in a local authority. And how I did that was through planning. So you laugh about the kind of TFL journey planner, but actually, whenever we plan a journey, we actually go through it very, very meticulously. And what I did with my career was I did that. And so I managed to get somewhere. And what I've done really is put together something so that, because our ultimate destination, inshallah, is Jannah. And it's about how do you plan for that. And if you don't plan for it, then you never know what you're going to get or where you're going to go.
You know, I think it's very interesting because, as you said, it's very logical that many of us do that in other parts of our lives. And I know that there's been a mushrooming of this type of stuff in psychology. I work in the field myself. And I've seen this type of personal development stuff and how you have to have these goals and work towards it. But transposing that onto a spiritual thing, it didn't seem like an automatic
People
thing.
seem to have a lot of problems on that
But
element.
actually, you know, when you look at Islam and you look at the Sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad, there's so much psychology.
And that's the amazing thing, because we realise, actually, if you think about it, the Quran is the best self-development book that's out there. And the Prophet Muhammad, the Sunnah, everything, it gives us all of the answers, but what we're doing is we're stuck and we're looking elsewhere, rather than actually coming back to Islam and saying, actually, what can I do? How do I motivate myself within an Islamic framework to take some of these things and put them into action? And I think what I'm trying to do really is take some of the tools that are available to the non-Muslims, make sure that there is a foundation for them within Islam first, and then say, okay, this is how we adapt them so that they are available to the community, so that we can then actually have all of the benefits really and make these changes, inshallah.
So were you sitting there one day just thinking about journey planner, TFL, you thought, you know what, I've got an idea
You're really
here.
up on this TFL, aren't you?
Listen, I travel all the time, so I've got to find out. So what happened? How did
Well,
that
I'll
idea
tell
come
you,
along?
how I got the name was because I knew I wanted to do the programme, and I was sitting on the tube one day and I was thinking, okay, I've got 30 minutes to come up with a name that's just going to be really, really amazing. And I saw it. It was just literally in front of me.
So it wasn't actually, you're right, it was from TFL,
And I thought, you know, the thing, I mean, literally what I was saying before, meticulously we plan where we're going. And if we end up sometimes going on a little bit of a detour, we think, actually, what do I need to do to recheck to get to where I want to go?
And actually, it's perfectly logical, isn't it? That anything that you really want to achieve, you need to have a plan. You can't just hope that it's going to happen. As you said, if our journey and our destination is, inshallah, Jannah, then we need to have a plan how we're going to get there. Now, so we said in the introduction, Ramadan is a time when we can all pull ourselves, tighten our belts, pull ourselves together, assert authority over our desires, and then for many of us, it all falls apart after Ramadan. How is your program going to help?
So it's about taking the kind of emotional, mental, physical and spiritual feeling that you have right now. And I don't think that there is any Muslim that is out there who is fasting who isn't feeling amazing and fantastic and really inspired and motivated. And taking all of that and channeling it and actually thinking, well, how do I hold on to that feeling? How do I actually take it and embed it into the rest of my life, inshallah? So that, as you said, Naeem, you literally start planning for the next Ramadan now.
The companions, that's what they did. They spent the month of Ramadan getting ready for the rest of the year and vice versa. And sadly, we don't look at that. And Ramadan for us, people are already planning for Eid. And on the day of Eid, it's over, sadly, for many of us.
You said something quite inspiring there, sister, because, I was thinking about what you're saying, and it'd be really nice to plan, but to maintain that feeling, that buzz that we get in Ramadan. And my non-Muslim work colleagues, they never understand. I always say to them, and actually, even myself, I doubt it at the beginning of Ramadan. Every year, by the end of Ramadan, I feel on such a high, a spiritual high, and a physical high. I feel physically better and fresher and healthier and more confident and everything. But as the year goes by, you forget all that. And at the beginning of Ramadan, you think, oh man, 18 and a half hour fasts, a whole month. How am I going to do that? How am I going to work and wake and sleep?
overseas.
But one of the things you see is about the environment that we're in. And the environment isn't just physical, it's also mental. And it's about thinking, well, where are you now? And channeling that mental feeling that you have. Because what's amazing is that when you're outside Ramadan, we don't have the support of everybody else. But if you have a network and you have a group of people who are there, who are helping you and motivating you, then inshallah.
Funny thing you mentioned that, because when I was younger, well, when I say younger, we're only talking about maybe 2 or 3 years ago until life took over, I used to attend study circles on a weekly basis. And prior to that, one of our teachers, he used to give us a form every week. And I was the secretary of the circle. I used to keep these forms. They're called muhasabah forms. So it's self. So you have to tick off what prayers you've done, which mosques, your parents, and this whole checklist every single week, and give it into myself. And I'd then say, look, the study circle here tonight is really feeling on praying Fajr. So we put into practice that we are going to pray Fajr at so-and-so masjid, and we're all going to meet at 1:30 and have, breakfast in the morning, bow and pray together. So we used to try and look at what the weaknesses of the group was and try and pick up the bits that we could do something to make it happen. So how can we carry on?
So I'm going to encourage everyone to go to iwantjannah.com and sign up for Journey Planner. And what we'll be doing in that is taking some positive psychology interventions and actually implementing them through the modules and the seminar. And what that means in a simple level is reflecting where you are and kind of looking, for example, at your best possible self. Because just on an Olympic theme, I'm convinced that Muhammad Farah would have done even faster if he wasn't looking behind his shoulder and seeing where he was. Now, he was competing with the others. Imagine if he was competing just with himself. How much faster would he have got? So I want all of us to compete with the best possible versions of ourselves. So one of the things we will look at is actually putting together that framework for what is your best possible self. What are the positive psychology interventions that you can do that fit you and integrate with whoever you are and whatever it is that you want to try and achieve.
Speaking about your best possible self, one of our viewers is going to have the opportunity, I understand, to become their best possible self with your thing. What's it called?
Journey Planner.
No, the other bit. I want Jannah. That's a good name, isn't it?
Fantastic, I like that.
So, to our viewers, if you think that you want Jannah.com, inshallah, if you think that you want to be a part of this and have a free place with our sister on her seminars, here's how you can win one of those free places.
For a chance to win a complimentary place on the Journey Planner seminar, answer this following question. Saeeda Zaidi is known for being what? A. A Muslim artist. B. A Muslim psychologist. C. A Muslim poet. Email your answer A, B or C along with your name and contact number to livingthelife@islamchannel.tv. One winner will be chosen at random from all correct entries and announced next week, available to UK participants only. For full terms and conditions, visit www.islamchannel.tv.
Well, that's how you can win a place. So, Sister Saeeda, thank you very much for joining us. I hope there'll be lots of interest. I think, do you know what?
And inshallah, we'll see you in Jannah.
Inshallah. You know what? I think my wife might be getting in touch, honestly. She loves this type of thing. She loves it. But she does all the hard work at the beginning. So she'll get the folder and the graphs and the planner and this and that. She'll fill everything in and then it'll just sit on the shelf gathering dust. So hopefully not this time. But Jazakallah khair for joining us, and we'll keep abreast of your progress.